Welcome to Daily Zohar. Thank you for the tremendous responses that we've been getting. It's really encouraging. I like to hear from you guys. That's wonderful. The Zohar says, "Ve'avad halevi hahu et avodat Ohel Moed," and the Levi, the Levite, did the avodah of Ohel Moed, which is the tabernacle. He worked over there. The Zohar says, "Come and see." That's the words of Rabbi Abba. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to create the world, the first thing that happened was a will, an intent. Things don't just happen. You think of something, and then you make it happen. And nobody does, we're not animals, nobody does just, even an animal. I said something very interesting about cows. This guy who lost his, he put his herd somewhere, for to graze, and it was supposed to go pick up the cows, and they decided that the environment wasn't good over there for them, or whatever it was. Half of the herd took off and went back home. Even an animal has sometimes an intent. Anything comes. Why? Because that's the way the world was created. You need to have a ratzon, a will. If you want something to happen, you have to want to make it happen. If you want to be good, you really have to want to. You're not just going to become good by, just like one day you're going to wake up and it's all going to be good. You have to make it happen. And to make it happen, you have to want it to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's because you don't really want to. We used to say, "I can't" is a cousin of "I don't want." There's no such thing, I can't. So it says, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu ala beratzon lefanav uvara oto batorah. The world. But by the way, Michael, you're going to be late.
It's okay.
He created it batorah. And when HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to create the world, he looked in the Torah and then he created. In other words, the Torah is the blueprint of the world. When you want to know how to live your life, you look in the Torah. When you want to know how to do something, how to react, look at the Torah. That's how it was. That's how things went. I mean, the Torah. When we talk about the Torah, it's also not just what we call the Torah. It is greater than that. That's why the Torah is like an ocean. It's a vast ocean that never ends. When it says, "Kol haneharot holchim el hayam," all the rivers flow into the ocean, and the ocean is never full. That's exactly what it is. You think you tapped into a big body of water, and it all goes down to the big ocean of the Torah, and then it's like endless amount of water. What we have from the Torah is just a fragment of what it is. Just the tip of the iceberg. Torah is much greater than that. There's depths and depths and canyons, and it is an ocean. And it says, he looked at the Torah, uva nishtachlal, and with that it was refined. That is what it means when the pasuk says, Behachino shamayim shamani. Where he prepared the heaven, that's where I am. Vekatuv, and it says in Mishlei. Mishlei is what? Proverbs. And it says, Vekatuv ve'eheyeh etzlo amun. And I will be there all the time. Vare midu, where it says, Al tikra shmo amon, ela uman. Uman in Hebrew is a craftsman, a master of something. Now, the word uman is also like the word oman in Hebrew. Oman is an artist. So we have uman, which is a craftsman. Well, let's say, for example, let's take a carpenter. He is an uman. He knows how to make tables and chairs, and he knows how to work wood. He is uman. He's a craftsman. The uman can elevate himself to the level of oman, which is an artist. And his table is no more just a table, it is a masterpiece. And in order to be Oman or Uman, a craftsman or a artist, you have to be mit-amen. Le-amen is to practice. And the more you practice, the higher you will go. You'll be able to elevate yourself from a level of an apprentice, craftsman, and an artist. So is the word emunah, believe. Leha-amin is to believe. So emunah comes from training. Nobody is born with a emunah. Emunah is something that you work on all your life. You work and you're going to accomplish, you're going to reach a level of accomplishment. When? When do you feel you're going to, or when do you think you're going to reach a level of, okay, I reach a mastery in my emunah? When? What do you say?
When you die.
Huh?
Never.
Never. Okay, you say? When you die. What do you say?
I guess never.
Never. Okay.
Never.
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 Never. Sam, what do you say? Never. Oh, my less hope?
When you realize that you haven't reached them.
Guys, I'm speechless. I'm going to tell you when you're going to reach a mastery of emunah every single moment of your life. Every day, every moment of your life, you can reach the highest peak, a mastery of emunah. You have to keep on believing, to keep on practicing, and keep on. Every day that goes by is another accomplishment, and a new stage starts tomorrow. It's the genesis that we go, the renewal of the world that we go. Every day there is a new nisayon, and that day that passed belongs to the past, and now I'm at a higher level of emunah because I practice more. So every day I accomplish a mastery on my emunah, but it never ends because I can go higher and higher and higher and higher. Don't ever say that I'm going to reach a level of emunah. Never, nor when I die, every day. Because if you do say that, it means that you're never going to work on it, and right now you will be willing to operate without an emunah, without a belief in yourself. So in other words, you're going to stop practicing on it, and that you're never going to be nor an apprentice, needless to say, a craftsman or an artist of emunah. You understand? So now, וכשבא לברוא את האדם, when הקדוש ברוך הוא came to create man, it says, the Torah says, וכי בחינם נקראת ערך אפיים ורב חסד. What is it called? ערך אפיים ורב חסד. ערך אפיים means he has a lot of patience. ורב חסד. Why does it say that? ואם לא יהיה אדם שיחטא למי תאריך פניך, if it says in the Torah that Kadosh Baruch Hu is very patient, he has patience to who? I mean, in other words, it's for sure that a man is going to sin. That's why Kadosh Baruch Hu is patient. So therefore, is it determined beforehand that man is going to sin? Well, it doesn't make sense here. Yes, but it says, באותה שעה שיצא אדם לעולם, when man, the moment that the man was created, היה זיו הפנים שלו ממעלה וממטה, his face was glowing in this divine glow, like Moshe Rabbeinu when he came from the mountain, both in this world and in the spiritual world. והיו יראים מפניו כל הבריות, all creatures were petrified by him, והם ידעו, and they established, that's the one. Come and see. לא נתקיים העולם ולא נשלם עד אותה השעה שיצא אדם בשלמות הכל. The world was not considered to be complete and fixed until man came with the image of creation in him, and he was complete. And then the day was sanctified, which the day was Friday, right before Kiddush. And by doing so, when man was created, Nitakan Kisei HaKadosh LaMelech, chair, the throne of the king, was ready for the king to sit. In other words, the world was perfect. The beauty of the glorifying of Hashem, of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of God, is the great variety of things that He did. And on top of all, the jewel, the crown, the hope diamond of creation is mankind. Then, both heaven and earth were complete. Even in Shamayim, the human soul was the missing component to reach perfection. Look now, you might say to yourself, how important it is for me to act and to think and to operate as a Ben Torah. Because I help to maintain a perfection of the world. That's how I become a partner in creation. And then there was great joy in all the world. At that moment, the day was needed to be sanctified. And at that moment, there were other spirits. And I'm going to share it to you now. First of all, I need to make a disclaimer. I'm not a ghost person. I'm not a demon person. This is not my cup of tea. But I'm going to show you, hopefully, what does exactly mean demons. One time, maybe, and for all. And not by just erasing it from the text. And a body for those so-called souls needed to be formed also. V'nitkadesh hayom, the day was sanctified, and the process was stopped, and nobody was created to them. V'nishar ha'olam, k'mo shenivga mimelachto. The world it reached almost the top, but never reached it. Why? Of course, because that's what happened with Chava. She ate the apple, everything happened so quickly. He ate the apple, she gave it to, to Adam HaRishon, goodbye, good luck, okay, now we have these demons. And you know what demons are? There are demons today. I know the Rambam writes, Maimonides writes, there are no more demons today. I know, but I'll tell you, there are demons today. And you know what demons are? Desires?
Fears. Yes.
Fears? No. Demons are all the things that you left unfinished in your life. Everything that you had started and you didn't finish. That's why, for example, even if you're 55 years old and you have a year of college, I'll tell you, guess what? Go finish with it. If you didn't start, you didn't start. You don't have to go. But don't leave half-built buildings around you. Don't start if you're not going to finish. Why? Because it looks ugly. Let's say, for example, you have a prairie. The black hills of prairies. Nothing there. There's certain beauty in those things. There's also a desert. It's beautiful. Desert. It's wonderful. Go to the prairies, the Dakotas and Wyoming or whatever it is. It's beautiful. Even though there's nothing there, no majestic trees, just prairies, there's certain beauty to it. Comes a person, he decides to build a building. Okay, so he'll build a building. Guess what happens? He builds it. I think I'm going to finish it. I don't like this spot. Leaves it half finished, goes somewhere else. Another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Before you know, the whole place looks ugly. Half-built buildings. The place is terrible. There's not even one building that's going to be finished. This is us. Needless to say, when we enter a place like a forest or these beautiful places, that we outroot the trees, and again, this is a manifestation of a spiritual process that we do to ourselves. We go to a forest with all the ecosystem inside. Again, internally also we have forests. Internally also we have ecosystem. We come in, we level the plains, we rip all the trees, we kill all the animals. We pollute the water. We rape the soil. Every time you put a shovel in the ground, you raping the soil. At least if you do that, plant the seed so something good will grow. But if you're just digging up holes, You're raping the soul. That's why the Torah, for example, is very much against spill of seed, potential of life. What are you doing with it? Why are you spilling it? Why are you destroying it? That's why the Torah does not tolerate rape. Can you put the fan on? It's terrible. It's a part of our spoiling the land, not fixing it. So imagine a person comes and he levels the whole entire forest because he wants to build there a building. How long has this trees been in this place? We saw a while ago those trees that fell. We saw a tree. We counted approximately 185 growing seasons. It's 185 years. The tree was huge. Right? It was like this big, an oak, this wide. Those trees have been there for so long. Okay, so you were given permission to do something with it. God gave us permission to do something with it. But God did not give us permission to destroy it. Who are you to destroy it? Now you came in and you killed the whole beautiful hill because you put dynamite there and you blew this to smithereens. Okay, Seder, you want to build you want to build a building, good. But finish it! Your unfinished businesses are your demons. And they will chase you, and they will haunt you, and they will make you up awake at night, and you're going to subconsciously be operating by all your, not accomplishment, lack of accomplishments. These are your demons. Whatever you started and never finished. So all of you who started karate and never got into, never graduated out of yellow belt or green belt, guess what? You want to solve it? Not a problem. Go back and finish. Or, level the ground, and from this point on, you're only going to finish things up. You don't want to do it? All the way. Don't start. Better you don't start than you start and finish. If you fail, that's good. At least you tried. You tried. And the process, you want to build a road, realizing all of a sudden there's a cliff. Okay, so you stop. There's a natural occurrence, stop. You can't fight that. You can't recreate the mountain. Landfills don't really work. Work with it. Don't rape it. Okay? You tried, you failed. No big deal. But to try and to stop because you were too lazy or because you didn't have the discipline, and that's exactly what Adam HaRishon had. He did not have the discipline. So did Chava. Chava Imenu ate from the apple. She ate from the apple and she wanted to drag a man with her, Adam HaRishon with her. Let him die together with me. What do I care? How are we going to fix this? We're going to fix it by finishing things. That's why when we learn here in Yeshiva, I tell you guys, I want to finish. Let's finish a masechta. Let's finish a topic. Let's finish something. Finish halachot. You have a sense of accomplishment. Every day you finish. That's why the halakha tells you, you're not supposed to leave, even for prayer, to stop. You're learning for prayer when you're in the middle of a sugya, because your mind is not going to be in your prayer. Your mind is going to be in what you left open. You can't do that. That's why I like to stop at the two dots. I like to stop. It's exactly it. So at least we got something, and if not, if it's a long sugya, at least we try to find the halakha. At least we left with something in our hands. Finish something. Have something in your hand. Learn something. Put it in your pocket. You don't have to use it, but have it in your pocket. At least you know, less one thing to worry about. Because again, you're going to be motivated, but what you did not accomplish, and you know what you're going to happen. What's going to happen is the following. Whatever you did not finish, whatever you started and did not accomplish, since it's going to be your demon, you're going to make sure to hand it over as an inheritance to your kids. And then you're going to try to live your life through your kids. Your lack of accomplishments through your kids. Instead of saying, kids, let me tell you, I started, it didn't work for me. Let's have not less expectation. Guys, you can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. But let me show you how to finish things. Encourage them to finish. Don't give them a test in which they're gonna. And we say that when we give a person it's a thing, at least for me, when we have a matzah in Pesach. People are they're very strict about the measurement, the shirim, how much do I have to eat. I said, don't go overboard. Don't give me a matzah the size of Og Melech HaBashan, fit for giants, Give him if you're going to give a person such a big thing, say, this, I cannot finish, he's never going to try. Give him what he needs to do, let him finish it. Next year, you see, I can do it, then you can give him more. If you would let kids go, if you would not create that stop, you're going to say, okay, you're going to start from kindergarten, and when you're going to finish school? When you have a PhD. Say, guess what? It's not for me. Not in my school. I'm out of here. Everybody will give up. So we finish year after year. That's why it's good to have a summer break. You finish and so on and so forth. So the demons are like that. Demons are your unaccomplished tasks that you have in your life. And that's why we need somebody to work on that. And who is that? That's the Levi, the Levites. A Levi mitzat small is the din, tells you to finish. Levi also is the one who sits down and is supposed to learn. He doesn't have a nachala. He's supposed to work on the internal part. Shevet Levi doesn't go to war. Shevet Levi doesn't do anything. They just sit down and they learn and they teach. What did they teach? They teach you Torah. And the Torah is how the world was created. So if you want to know how to live your life, you go to a teacher, you go to the Levi. But the Rambam says not only Shevet Levi, Ela kol Adam, any human being, kol Adam, shenidva nafsho, that his soul was generous with him. And he wants it to be davek b'kadosh baruch hu, could be like Shevet Levi, and he mitkadesh kodesh kodesh, become holy of holies. Because there's no greater accomplishment and perfection than learning the Torah. Together with that, that's why if a person takes the Torah and uses it for his own purposes, he's doomed. Because it was not for you. It was made for the world. And so is when Mashiach comes. Our job will be to teach the nations how to live according to the Torah. The Jews are the teachers, and not for nothing, especially here in America. I don't know other places in the world. At a certain point, most of the teacher or education was considered to be the Jewish profession. It's in our genes. But we have to learn how to be teachers. And the best way to be a teacher is by example. So if you want your kids to accomplish, if you want your kids to be better than you, work on yourself. Learn the Torah. Get rid of your demons. Sanctify the day. Mekadesh your ways, your day, when you can see, when you're still alive, the light is here. Well, I can sanctify your actions, direct them to Shamayim. And B'schutz HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yair Yemenu, will lighten our days with light and our nights with joy. Amen.